Hey everyone, Camille here, 88 Fitness Training. Joining me today is Brandon Pippin. He is 1 week out from the 2024 OCB Chesapeake Classic, peak week. Yes, so today I want to ask Brandon a couple questions and see how his prep's been going. So Brandon, what got you into weightlifting? Tell us a little bit about the why behind it.
The why, as you can see, I am small. I've always been on the short side. Bulk, I've always been the shortest kid in class. One day, my dad bought me a weight set. Like, it was transitioning into middle school and high school. It was 10 pound dumbbells.
I love it.
The best. And pretty much, like, I would say my dad's probably my #1 influence in terms of me getting into fitness. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Lee, posters all over the wall. And even though I was always the smallest, I always had a connection and a drive, whether it be push-ups, pull-ups, dips. That's always been a part of the journey for me, my fitness journey. High school was probably when I started getting into, I guess, like heavy lifting, working out with the football team and basketball team. I ran track in high school.
Nice. Now I know why you like all those calisthenics, endurance-based things.
Calisthenics has always been the love of my life. I will say that transition into my 20s, however, things kind of stopped completely.
Oh no.
Got married, became a dad.
So some life happened.
Life
okay.
happened. Life happened.
It's a
hard.
journey, right?
Life happened hard, and I kind of fell out of love with the physical engagement. Couple of push-ups here and there, but nothing too serious. And this past year, 20-year high school reunion happened this past summer.
Nothing like a reunion to get
like
you motivated, y'all.
It was like, this past summer was like deep reflection, and I just thought about that the love of lifting, the love of looking at muscle mags, your Dorian Yates, your Lee Priest, and just like, man, you used to be obsessed with this stuff. What happened? And then just one random day, just scrolling through social media, Instagram, and I came across, I was like, it just hit me in the chest, like, man, you should.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not try bodybuilding? It's always been a passion. I always had a respect for the sport. Somehow or another, met up with folks here at 88 Fitness, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, let's back up. So when Brandon first reached out and said, hey, I think I want to compete, tell me more about 88 Fitness Training, he had been doing about 10 years of at-home calisthenics. I mean, when he told me that, I was like, all right, you got to come to posing practice. Let me see what you're working at. You know, it might take some time to build up. And y'all, I could not believe what I saw. Like, the base physique that Brand was able to build while working out at home was pretty incredible. Now, of course, there were some limitations to doing that, some muscle imbalances and things that we needed to work out, but we spent several months working on building up those areas, and then we went into competing. And so I thought that that was really incredible fitness journey, and it's unlike anybody else's to have done all those at-home workouts. So I love that. So tell me a little bit about why the OCB League, because we're getting ready to do the OCB Chesapeake.
Yes. Honestly, I discovered OCB, again, through social media. I felt like their social media presence, I was extremely impressed with. It looked like one big party.
I love that.
Yeah, very inclusive, because for me, bodybuilding, it's the competitive element, but also for me, it's sports entertainment. And I feel like they really pride themselves on showing that, hey, this is like, yeah, it's bodybuilding, but it's an awesome and good time for competitors as well as spectators. For me, it was like entertainment, go hand in hand with, I feel like, the integrity of the sport. I really like the idea that they had urinalysis,
all natural
polygraph tests, and they really front and center. They
Yeah, front and center. I mean, for sure. Brandon touched on this. This is one of the best leagues. There's a lot of fake leagues popping up every day, y'all. The OCB is not one of it. They're working for the athletes, not the other way around. At no point do you get this sense that they're just there to collect your cash. Like, they are literally there for the fun of the sport and because they love it. And not only that, it's an all-natural league, from the urinalysis to the lie detector test, you know, even drug testing their athletes in the off-season. They take it very seriously. But that's great for athletes like Brandon that are natural and they want to go out and compete and do their best against other natural athletes. So I really have not found another natural league like the OCB. It is by far my #1 choice for athletes. So great league overall. Talk to us a little bit about your training leading up to the competitions. Any tips for like those first-time competitors?
I think for me, it was honestly the sport of bodybuilding is a whole new world. As it was my first time show, I really strongly encourage anybody who's interested, try to find, if it be a partner, someone who's done a show before, or a coach. I have no idea where I would be at right now if it wasn't for the folks here at 88 Fitness, whether it be fitness training, diet, rest, posing. These are all integral aspects of bodybuilding. So I don't know where I would do if I didn't have these folks here at 88 Fitness.
Talk to us a little bit about your diet through this prep process. Any tips for those first-time competitors?
Oh yes. So for this being my first show, and honestly my first time really taking the time to track my diet, my calorie intake, my macro tracking.
That could be a huge learning curve.
This is honestly, I say it every time I'm in here, it's like going back to school. Really paying attention to my body. I think before I would get in my workouts, but I noticed visually, sight lines, I didn't see any growth or change. Whether that be diet, rest, these are two. I can't stress how important those elements are, but like for me, I can only speak for myself, they were very neglected. So I would, whether it be so many fitness apps out there now, really tracking, whether it be by hand or through the fitness apps, MyFitnessPal, for example, really tracking your macros, how much protein are you eating each day? What are your fats? What are your carbs? And that's honestly, if you do not do that, you are selling yourself short in terms of meeting your fitness goals and demands.
Yeah, another thing too that I think Brandon had to learn is like what foods don't work well for your body because they lead to water retention and bloating. And so there were some key things that Brandon had to give up during this prep that he really had never thought about that were having that big of an impact on his physique.
Yes, Asian cuisine, my #1.
Soy sauce, y'all, soy sauce.
Love of my life. It's been a complete lifestyle change. Family Guy, sometimes you do. Takeout, carry out, sometimes it's just quick, easy meals. Not the healthiest, and I found myself having to really change my lifestyle as well as my family's to make better choices.
I love that. You know, knowledge is power, right? If you don't know how those foods are affecting your body, your health, your longevity, then you're not going to know. But as soon as you know, like, you can implement that into practice and try all those things. So I love it. So tell us about any supplements that you took during this process. What helped you the most?
I would say so. This first time, always heard about creatine. First time user of creatine.
Yes, first time user. I love it.
5 grams of creatine, C4, or pre-workout. That's been, again, a learning curve. Just figuring out what works best for your body and for your fitness goals. So I've kind of it's really streamlined to creatine. I take a multivitamin and pre-workout.
Love it. Awesome. All right. What's been your biggest challenge during this prep, Brandon?
100% diet, nutrition, and rest. Like I said before, it's been a change of lifestyle. So for me, I'm usually a night owl. Put my kids to bed, and that's usually I call it my recess. So I would stay up.
Not anymore.
Yeah, definitely not anymore. But the sleep, rest, how important that is. You know, I would go to bed sometimes midnight, 1 a.m., wake up at 6:30. The moment I signed up with the folks here at 88 Fitness, that changed completely. So morning workouts require early bedtimes. I I cannot stress that enough. So that's been the biggest change, I would say, getting in my sleep and also what I'm putting in my body. Like I just looking back how often I would eat out, do carry out, and so much bad food. And in the moment, it felt good. But now just seeing the results, having changed my diet, like it's gonna be hard for me to go back.
All right, you heard it from Brandon. So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna win our class for Classic Physique.
Excited.
So what's next? Do you know?
I would love to compete again. Like this has been so fun.
That's
like
right.
Like just looking at, I feel like OCB, there's a plethora of shows you can choose from up and down the East Coast. So I do like the variety of that. I also like the benefit of having 365 days after you sign your membership. So not necessarily being forced to pick a date. You have ample time, opportunity, whether it be to take a break, whether it be to bulk up more, lean out more. So I'm excited. I'm looking at the schedule now. I'm hoping to pick a show pretty soon.
Absolutely, and he touched on something that's so important. You really need to compete when you're ready. So don't pick that show date and have that so firm in your mind that you're not willing to adapt if you're not ready. With all of the shows that the OCB has, there's no shortage, so definitely compete when you're ready. Love it, Brandon. All right, any last tips or shout outs to people?
A shout out, honestly, 88 Fitness.
Yeah.
It's one of the best decisions I've made. I mean, just going through the message boards, the forums, and one thing that a lot of folks, especially newcomers, do I need a coach? Do I need a coach? Can I do this by myself? For me, I would say no. I 100% believe in finding a good mentorship, a good coach. I think the folks here at 88 Fitness provided education, very inclusive, very inviting. No such thing as a stupid question here. And I had so many, especially as a newcomer, just trying to figure out, like, what do I do? They took the time with me. Each athlete that stepped in here, it's been a warm welcome. So I can't stress it enough. If you are thinking about getting a coach or in need of a coach, definitely explore that option, because I cannot, again, I'll be blind going into the show if I didn't have the support from the competitors here at 88 Fitness as well as the coaches.
Awesome. Let's show them some poses. Let's strip that shirt off. Show them what you're working with. Some poses for us, Brandon. Boom, look at that. Yes. I cannot wait to see him on stage next week. We're definitely going to follow up with him after the show, see how he did. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more like it, definitely check out our other playlists related to competing. And until next time, hit that like and subscribe. Camille and Brandon, 88 Fitness Training.